The Denver Broncos once started off a little bit slow in their first preseason game, and then there was a bad practice earlier this week. Naturally, everyone is panicking in Broncos country, but is it actually time to panic? Let's talk about it. Touchdown, Denver! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Broncos Hub. I'm your boy Strez, everyone's favorite Kansas City-based Broncos fan, and guys, chill out a little bit. It's gonna be okay. I promise it's not as bad as you guys are thinking that it is. For some reason, and you may not have seen this if you're not chronically online like me and a lot of other people around Broncos country but something happened and everyone is losing their freaking minds. And I don't know what it was. I don't know when it happened. I don't know why it happened. I don't know whose Cheerios were peed in, but for some reason, Broncos country is panicking. They're panicking about Bo Nix. They're panicking about Nik Bonitto. They're panicking about this team and how good they actually might be this season. Guys, pump the brakes, please. Like literally just relax for 10 seconds and let me explain to you why you have nothing to be panicking about. This probably isn't going to be that long of a video, so lock in and you'll get your answer in the next 5 minutes. So first of all, the Broncos didn't look the best in their first preseason action, which is fine. They looked really good from all the reports that I've read from both 49ers media and Denver Broncos media from the joint practice. There's a lot more that you can learn from the joint practice. Really, the only thing that a preseason game is going to tell you about the ones, especially when they're not playing the other team's ones, is how are they doing operationally? Do they look clean? Do they look crisp? All those kinds of things. Granted, Broncos did not look clean. They did not look crisp. But the operations seemed fine. But for some reason, everyone's panicking because Bo Nix took a safety instead of letting himself get hit by a screaming edge rush. Right, we're not even into preseason game 2 yet. It is Wednesday after the first preseason weekend. I've already had it. I've had it up to here. I'm at this point where I'm begging you to take a breath. It is okay that Bo Nix took that safety on that rollout when he was avoiding pressure and trying to not get sacked. Do you know why it was okay? Because it was a preseason football game and he was not going to take a hit. Seems like the smartest decision to me. If you want to get a little bit more nitpicky about it, sure, Bo probably should have let 26, who had an excellent game, by the way, for the 49ers. I don't even know what that guy's name is. Bo probably should have let him get a little bit closer and a little bit more inside before he made his spin move to break outside the pocket, and then he probably could have made something happen. But who cares? It's preseason week 1. Who cares? Who cares? Not me. I don't care. All in all, I thought Bo operated really well. I thought Bo threw the ball rather well. There were a few things where I was like, Bo, don't get back into that habit. Don't do that. Don't run up in the pocket. Step up into the pocket. Just throw it. The pass that he threw to Courtland Sutton on like the second play of the game was an absolute dime. And Courtland has to come down with that every single time. He just has to. But overall, I thought Bo played a rather good football game. He played a rather clean football game and a rather smart football game, if we're being honest, because he didn't take a hit on that play where he threw the ball out of bounds and it didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage and he took the safety. I'm glad that he didn't take the hit. It was a smart play on his part and he shouldn't be putting his body on the line in the first preseason football game before his sophomore season. Like, that would just be a stupid decision to make. And so it's good to know that Bo is already maturing enough to know he doesn't need to take those kinds of hits. I guess they followed it up when Kay Adams came to town, and I guess the Savannah Bananas were there and the Denver Fire Department. I don't know what was going on at practice yesterday of the day that I'm recording this, but everyone and their mom seemed to have been at practice that day. And apparently Bo didn't have the best practice. I guess his 7-on-7 time was good, but the team period wasn't that good. And everybody's freaking out because of the culmination of the slow start in the preseason game and then the bad practice at training camp. What are we doing? Literally this 7 days ago, we were talking about Bo Nix finishing as a top 5 quarterback. We were talking about a top 1 defense. We were talking about Super Bowl aspirations. Fast forward a week later, and everyone is losing their minds. It looks like that scene from SpongeBob when he's trying to think of something to think about in his brain, and there's like all those little SpongeBobs running around in his brain, like everything's on fire. That's what it feels like in Broncos country right now because Bo Nix had 1 bad practice. What is happening? I think people are just wildly overreacting. I really do. I have on the title of this, should Broncos fans be worried? No. we should not be worried. There is nothing to be worried about. If it continues this way, the next preseason game looks more of the same, and then weeks 1 through 3 kind of looks similar, then maybe we can start to panic. But until then, can we trust the process? Can we trust the growth? Can we trust that Bo Nix might be just testing some things out? I don't think that Sean Payton is not going to have Bo ready to go week 1. I don't think Davis Webb is going to not have Bo ready to go week 1. I don't think the quarterback room is not going to have Bo ready by week 1. I don't think that the offensive line is going to not have Bo ready. I don't think that the run game is not going to have Bo ready. Everyone is going to be playing their best and coaching their best to make sure that their quarterback is successful. That's how NFL teams function. So for everyone out there that is like freaking out and panicking about Bo Nix, please stop. And if you are still after you watch this video, just don't post about it, dude. We don't need that. We don't need that in Broncos country. I have had it. We have had the years where we have been looking at quarterback battles between Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock, and then the Russell Wilson years, and every year before Teddy Bridgewater got to Denver. Are we done? Can we be done with that? It's been a decade. Let's move on. We've got our guy. Let's trust the process. It's going to be fine. And on top of the Bo Nix panic, there seems to be a growing narrative around Nik Bonitto that we shouldn't pay him right now. We shouldn't extend him. Where is this coming from? Nik Bonitto was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation last year. He had 13.5 sacks. He had back-to-back games with a pick 6. In the first preseason game, ended an entire drive by himself. 3 back-to-back plays. There's so much going on around Broncos country, and maybe it's because we have these high expectations now. Maybe it's because we have had so much trauma and so much pain in the past decade that any sign of bad, we freak out. Nick hasn't practiced this week yet, which is fine. Again, it's the second week of the preseason. It's not even mid-August yet. People, let's relax. Nik Bonitto is nursing a foot injury, I do believe. And it would probably be best if we were to extend him now, because if we wait after this season and he puts up 15 sacks, he is going to be so expensive. And we might lose him. I think Nik Bonitto is an absolute asset to have on the front 7 on this defense. I think it would be a smart choice by the Denver Broncos front office if we were to extend him sooner rather than later, because like I said, he's going to be insanely expensive. And I just need everyone in Broncos country to take a deep breath and let it out. Just let it go. Let the panic go. Let the worries go. Let all the anxiety, all the stress, just let it out. Ready? Everyone, do this with me. You feel that? It's going to be okay. Let's go Broncos.
God bless Bo Nix. Touchdown!